My better put how far, how na day. Hope so man they fine. Hope so man woke up fine. So today in another episode for Better Torpoh, and on Better Torpoh today we go the longer on a Better Torpoh with Nabil Fongod, aka Napster, aka Naps. Yeah, so Nabil na multimedia personality. He get presence for social media, get presence for radio, get presence for TV. He be entrepreneur, he be boss, he be papa. So today we go the longer on a Better Torpoh with Nabil, as he go to take we into a journey about who he be and his life. So make una stay tuned. After the break, we go longer on a Better Torpoh with Nabil. So a Better Torpoh as a bit today we longer on a Better Torpoh with Nabil. Naps, how far?
Hello, what's happening?
Hadi, I see this thing for your hand. You should say no well.
Yeah, I wish people were.
Yeah, village people. Yeah,
No,
village people.
my neighbor village people, village people like me.
Eh.
Shout out to all Bali people.
You like to clear Vishie. Go. Okay. All right. So tell me, we'll start from the beginning.
Right.
Nabil na multimedia personality, artist, entrepreneur, boss, rapper. Like you get different persons. So tell me more talk about the beginning of how you start media for Cameroon, because we know you now from way back with the Lelo show. So tell me about how it starts. Tell me about you as a young, enthusiastic person decide for go into radio. You decide for just get radio show. Like decide for get into media. You decide for get into music. As a Cameroonian, that time where they like now music cool, editing they cool. That time they cool, rapping they no one catch them. They just consider them like thief people. Then. So tell me about how you start. Tell me about how media space be there for Cameroon that time.
And for me, actually, the time I started radio, that time it was just one radio station in Cameroon.
Yeah.
I've been
out there.
No, sweet. It was no Swelaba, okay, FM Sanseng, CRTV. The only radio station that at that point in time, and I get my grandway till today, my godfather, Bea Leonard Bruce. I know, love you know him. Like Bea hooked me up, man, because Bea began the most popular show way back in the day. He used to go on during the week. Every Anglophone family we did for Douala used to listen to Bea's show. Yeah, I used to call into that show. And then me, I shot their house with my family. Like everybody there was listen to the show. I was the person that they had to use to call up on the show. So I just fell in love with, what he was doing, the admiration he had, understand that kind of thing. And I was like, this is that. But notwithstanding, like from a very young age, me, I always said I wanted to be an actor. So I want to do acting, I want to be an actor. But it was very ridiculous. I repeated, like, what are you talking about? Like, actor how? Like, what does that even have to do with anything? All the schools that they're sending you to and stuff. But, after that, I fell in love with music. I really like music, I feel like do stuff with music, but it was always around entertainment. So time I see Bea do it, and I realize that, but this is something about entertainment that people didn't like her, you know what I'm saying? Because Bea, everybody liked what Bea was doing. So after school, I didn't want to keep doing whatever they wanted me to do, and I said, which is the best thing what I can do now? So before I follow my music or my acting or my entertainment career, what I do right now, I feel convinced people that will keep me together, you know what I'm saying? So what I did was I met Bea, I said, Grand, I feel do radio, I bet. I said, boy, yeah, I will do. It was like, come over to radio, prepare a small talk on this and this and this and this and this. I remember I tell Bea, I say, Grandpa, I feel do radio, I feel do radio, man, how me do it. So okay, no problem, I just count next day, Wednesday. It was midweek request show that time. So I count Wednesday, might bring some kind of information where, we will talk about on the show. And then he tells me I just prepare a paper. And then I prepared the 7-day theory for Tupac and all of that, I had access to the internet really early, thanks to my mom. So I just go online, go figure out so many things. I came well prepared, that kind of thing. That kind of key myself, key all my. I was very young, so people didn't understand what happened. They're like, now that, what's up with me? But that's how I started from radio.
Okay, so
and then Tom Yums opened, RTM, First Pride Radio Station, and thanks to Bea again, he hooked me up. I went for audition. There were 500 and some people. They selected 3 of us, and then I guess I got my first. That was it.
Okay, so from that time, and radio now, because you see there on radio with Napster radio show, more than how many years after?
It's 16, 17 years after.
Voila. So tell me about the difference between radio that time and radio now.
Well, I think right now things don't change a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because now you get like internet, you get all of that put together. Like at first, the radio was radio. Like people, that was the only means we put their feet here in them, you know. Yeah, I mean everybody be listening to radio. You get like, so like my show, I know like day then where I record my show and I'm at the Douala, I walk around. I feel walk down the whole street of Douala, like go to Marché Central, come out, enter moto, taxi, come, like spend the 2 hours of my show without having my radio, but listen to the show, because if I come down some Carrefour, they'll be playing the show there. If I get into the taxi, they'll be playing for taxi, you know. Go to Marché, every store, they'll be playing, like you go from, sometimes these bars, they fade out, as the sound of your show, they fade out for the bar, they start hear an echo from another bar, you know. So because that's what everybody, all my hearing a radio, everybody get in hand. Radio station not be plenty, that's another thing too. Radio station not be plenty, competition not be there, so it was a whole different ball game, you know. So I think after that, now you see now with internet now and with the television and radio don't turn into something else. That's why when I come back a couple of years after with Napster radio, my ideology, I say, you know something, I cannot just do the kind of radio where man be do you know, because people don't really listen to radio like that. How can I be able to make sure say my radio show day with the time, with the internet, as things that don't change, you know? How can I make sure it's on TV? How can I make sure it's online? How can I make sure it's also live on radio, you know? So the whole idea, my challenge for Napster, you know, I say, just, you know, like, yeah,
the present time.
Exactly.
All right, so there after Lelo show, you travel, go bush, and while you be there for bush, you be there for Belgium, Europe, you be still do seeing them the entertainment, like you be still you finally start acts, you start do events there with big artists like Davido, Ice Prince, you know, so you start do your music, start shoot video them and all of that. So tell me how you be there as Cameroonian for diaspora, to do that kind of thing them, because the energy definitely be different from bush and for here. So tell me how you be there as diaspora artists, maybe you know do that thing.
For me, like the main reason why I come go Europe first of all was one, to be around my daughter, because I had a daughter who was born in France, and you know, like I didn't like I was really very young. She's 15 today, so you can imagine. Okay. I was a teenager when I had her. So it's in my jaga with Europe, and I want really close to my Pekins, and I was like, yo man, I'll move over to Europe. Secondly, at a certain point in time, you know, after I don't do radio for here, I started young, I got bored. There was no competition, there was no innovation. I just check say I'll do for check sense, you know. I just felt say it was so easy for me to win, you understand? I don't need to do too much. I look at my show, I'm the top of the charts and everything, like, you know. I just felt like I needed some more challenges, and me too. I know over follow-up schools, some kind of them, so I know over get sense for some kind of thing.
How many secondary school them again?
12.
7 years, 12 seconds. How you do?
I went 12 secondary schools in 2 different countries, 8 different cities.
Why you did? How you be do them? They drive them. They used to sack you. How they talk and dismiss you from school.
I don't be dismissed.
You used to find palava. You used to.
I don't find palava. I'm seeking for knowledge. You understand? And I don't believe in that thing. And I put a get a camera, can't plan the way they talk and something. I go. I will tell when I say I say go there. Say examination, a true test of knowledge. And I lie. I deny. I know deal with them. I'll be very sorry, especially.
So tell them you go to school, so the term to finish.
Yeah. By the way, man, I tell you, I get O level for science and arts, and advanced level I get on arts. I no go upper seat. I get my advanced level lower seat. Yeah, but I don't also do things. I don't fail exam. I don't fail GC. Me one for the whole my school. Me one, the coolest speaking where gets bad swag. Your key, GC, your key, my swag. I say, bro, this thing I lie. No, yeah. That's why the next year I go lower seat. I catch an lower seat. I understand. So I don't really why is it a good, you know. Yeah.
All right. So tell me, as we talk about, you know,
so for Europe, first of all, I went to go again. I want to study. I want to educate myself. I want to cultivate myself. I want to understand where life is going out of here. And I felt like, you know, it's about time when my mom come out Cameroon, because I was a kid now. Till I start my stuff. I know we really get some freedom to just be me. You understand? Yeah. It hit me, stardom, popularity, hit me real fast. As young, I didn't know how to handle it, so I want to take a break out first of all. It felt good to just go to Europe and then, you know, no man no care about you, basically, you know, just move around, do you, nobody, you know. I felt free. I studied, I educated myself, I cultivated myself, and I most important thing in that, you understand? So by the time I go out for there now, for my first years, I just wanted to, I know getting nothing to do with entertainment really for the first 2-3 years. I was just on the streets, I was just hustling me. Yeah, I just do anything where I understand life, I understand where to money. I have to find money, where to day up, you know what I'm saying? Like things that way they don't teach you at school, things that way your parents don't tell you for house, things that they don't tell you for church or whatever. That you only learn on the streets basically. And I think, yeah, third world survival right there. You know? So I went through that, and then after that I feel okay, I don't understand a few things, and I started running different stuff. I mean, I remember I just see the video, I go on internet, I see the video, the €1 for European tour. That very night I put on some my calls, send my emails, everything. I booked it 4 shows. And then, you know, 2 days after I talked to Ade, his brother, way back who was managing him, and then 3 days after I signed a contract with 4 shows, and then I just started, when I did that video show, I realized how, you know, how people didn't understand. It was like Cameroonian guy come do this thing here when we did here. You know what I'm saying? Now that I understand, I don't put in a lot of effort. I put in a lot of work, so I continued. You know. After that one, we did Ice Prince. After Ice Prince, we did Nyanya. After Nyanya, we did Terry G. You know, I did a couple of artists that was very good money.
See, why
and good business.
Well, why?
But I did that till I came back to Cameroon.
Okay.
And at the same point, I come back to Cameroon, and then you know. I came to build Napster, basically.
All right.
It's all about Napster.
Okay. Someone takes a short break and then we'll come back. We'll continue longer on a better topic with Nabil. Okay, so Nabil, tell me why you decide for come back to Cameroon after 10 years.
Yeah.
So why you decide for come back? Like after you get, I mean, Tinz be the pop, you do events and all of that, you know, money be the flow. Why you decide for come back?
I think that answer from like that was always the plan. You understand? I don't become a Cameroon or go live in Europe. You hear me? Now that all my life in Europe, I never worked one day for my life in Europe. I never worked for nobody, for nothing. I went out there to do my own thing there. You understand? My plan would be for there, for build my life there, or to get into the system. That was never ever my plan. My plan is I go out for there, I go check sense, go hustle, go understand till it happen, enlighten myself, cultivate myself, educate myself, then come back for pay for can't do things away. I believe so I'll be lacking before I want to come back Cameroon. That was my whole plan from day one. So my exit plan was my entry plan. Yes, you understand. I just felt at this certain point in time I got to come. Actually, people who know who be the talk with me, you know, say 1 year even before I came to Cameroon, I got to come that year before I even bought my ticket. I was coming, and then just get some kind of 1 or 2 kind of problem. Thing that really just change my plan. I was really supposed to come before I even came. Yeah. It was always my plan to come back, and that's why I come back with 2 times. Okay, magic can check sense, I've seen a work for here. If things can really work, now go back. But when the more time got closer, and when I got here, I was like, and I know this for a try. You understand? I'm going to bam. I'm going to do exactly what I'm doing. And I think that because of that mentality, that I'm still here today. Because if I didn't have that, if I would think say I get plan B or that kind of thing, I don't check out my plan B. Right.
All right, so you come back, you start Napster Radio. So tell me about Napster show, because Napster show now, you know, as you talk now, Napster you don't adapt radio to modern to what's going on now. Times what they do inside now. So it's on TV, it's on social media, and you get and another significant thing about Napster Radio, and I say it like the plug between older artists or older creatives or older people inside entertainment and a younger one. So tell me about Napster Radio. Like tell me about your vision.
I think, like I said, first thing, let me say, I think that there was, if you look at the way media began now, before Napster, after Napster, I think there's media before and after Napster, if you look at it critically. If you ask me, I'll tell you that. I think like time when I started Napster, for instance, I started with you, by the way. It was just 2 of us in the studio doing that. I remember I said the whole ideology was like, let us see how if we do this show with it on radio, and we can put it on online, and we can put it on, you know what I'm saying, and it can be on TV at the same time. And then luckily enough, so I became with the concept for Radio Vision. And I realized, hey, Canal, they already had that concept with the everything with logistics in place. So that's why I trained the staff there for like a month on how to work with Radio Vision. It was a project I had of mine in Europe before I went even come. And then so if you look at the concept of most of the concept behind the radio is the Napster concept. We started doing flyers before For it can be popular, people start doing flyers because the cops, and then the deco, and then we changed the whole deco of the show. But the thing about the radio show, like I said, the most important thing was I wanted to have like a chill, relaxed place, and I also want to it really vex me. I'm not saying vex me. My highest thing will make and what I used to never succeed for Napster, which I really want to, bigger than what I'm doing now, is to really I want groom picking them. Like I really want to groom people. I want people to come. I want people to come on Napster and see how I do my show and get used to being on air. You understand? Yeah. And then maybe they come up and do their own things. You understand? Come out and do their own shows and stuff.
Like run some maybe short internship, do call on social media.
Yeah, if you help me out, we could do that. I'm trying to figure out ways to do it. I just know that plenty in there on my head where I cannot lie to you that things I want to do, and I'm very open to working with any suggestions that work towards my direction. I'm 100% with it. I really want to do. I find people that if you want to come on stage on the radio, come to on stage, come work with us and everything. And then the most important thing for Napster, like people might not know, is that Napster no be just Napster radio, like say, or Napster TV. It's a content provider, and our whole ideology, and I say we want to provide media content and just content for the industry as much as possible. That's why you see we get in there like the Napster Cypher, which is like you never get a radio show that gets like we have 8 artists all together come on one track, one beat, and it was a dope cypher, and then we shot it in the studio too, that kind of thing. So, they get Napster Cypher. We got a couple of other things that we want to do, and we got other shows too that we want to work on. We don't even do Clash then. We worked in collaboration with Beamstar. Yeah, we did like a battles with Beamstar already. We want to continue doing that, and we don't do event then. We do pool parties, like, we've done our pool parties. Everything's on our Instagram. You can see that. So I believe it will be much more than just a radio, TV show, you know what I'm saying, a lifestyle. Exactly.
Okay, so you very active for radio, TV, social media. Which of these three you prefer now? Which three of the team? As multimedia personality, which of these three?
Social media on my list. I must say. I like Snapchat. Everybody know I like Snapchat. I like Snapchat, but I can't leave it for food and matter.
No.
I can't show food and Snapchat. The country now, so one show say I'll leave it for the just messing. Yeah, but but I like Snapchat.
Yeah. So you don't get plenty controversy them online. Like,
I don't, right?
Wait.
I don't have so much controversy, right?
You mean
No, I say you talk.
I said you don't get plenty controversy.
I don't get them.
Yeah.
Really?
You don't know?
No.
Maybe you don't talk plenty to people don't come back and. You don't know.
I know. It remind me.
Talk about one of the most significant ones.
Yeah.
And I talk a bit significant because the point you make be concerned like the industry, where you be trying to make some points. So people in the industry, they out for like explore you or exploit younger or maybe uprising artists, them are uprising people inside industry. So you be the scapegoat will be used for that example. Wax the way call wax the culture vulture. So tell me about, because you don't prove to be very passionate about bringing up of my, like, be passionate about like the young generation of artists or the young generation of people that were inside industry. You don't prove time with that number. So you be passionate about making sure that people they do for a particular level, or for example other people they bring up the younger one then. So tell me about why that like really vex you about the Waxy situation, where because Waxy besides some artists them real squad and it's deny for terminate the contracts, and they seem to be really vex you. So tell me about how you feel. Wait to be your voice for that particular.
And for me, like I told you, at the time I start radio, you understand, I'll be the youngest man on radio. You understand how I talk. The next person will be there. Like the next person closest to me was probably 10 years younger than me, or older than me. You understand now? Yeah. So it's that kind of level. Me, I don't always understand one thing. Today, me, I be grand for most people. Them. Yeah. You understand how I talk? But I start by calling all man grand. All man they call me petit. Today, all man they call me petit. So one thing they inevitable that say grand or petit, moton grand tomorrow. You understand? And I tell most of the artists today, say, well, look at the one I do that and I think them, man, because before I realize and zing, things don't change, things don't turn around. You start the one that say, hey, wait till it happens. So when they remind you, say, time you do your grand, so you know, be know. So basically, for me, I just think, say, a lot of role has to be played. I say, for me, like I say again, I talk about me for myself and for what I do. I know. But it's clear. I don't go front or go back. I just felt like, for me, I don't get a lot of I don't get a lot of sacrifices that I put into this industry. You understand what I'm saying? I know when I started it, I didn't. Yes, industry like Manjaka. I don't want anybody can say what they want to say, but the things that they will never put, they never tell you. And I say, Nabil influenced everything that happened today, from your biggest favorite artist to the smallest one. I mean, I influence everything that happened today. You understand? So I talk like a lot of people that know want to tell you about, no, agree with them. I don't. Yeah, of course, I don't care. It's okay. I don't care. Like I'm telling, it's a fact. Like you know, what I'm saying. I can't why I start play urban music for Cameroon. Nobody play them. Let's make things clear. But for the country, sometimes you need to express yourself for people to understand who you are. Because it's not come on, Nabil, papa, na me I born you. You understand what I'm saying? Because let's get this straight, right? Yeah. Right. In 2001, 2002, there was nothing like urban music in Cameroon. You understand what I'm saying? There was just one private radio station. That was Suelaba, 105 FM. You understand what I'm saying? When Tom Yoms opened RTM, I was the first person to take 30 minutes out to start playing Cameroonian urban music, and I turned it to a 1 hour 30-minute show of Cameroonian urban music. That's how Cameroonian urban music was birthed. Yeah. Apart from that being an underground thing, of course, everybody feel understand one thing very much will understand. I say no be 2001 or 2000 the way Cameroonian urban music start. You understand what I thought? But we can start documenting, say these people that start do show, then people that start be artists, these people that start like you know like the it's not from that time. Why I come on not from Lelo show? But the ingrates in Cameroon, they don't like. It's not supposed to be something I should be standing here and saying about. Like everybody knows what it is. You know what it is. Like people just don't. I'm not interested in people giving me credit for it, but as long as I have to express myself, I'm going to tell you what it is, because that is exactly what it is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, people need to know. That's how urban music started. I started playing from Racine to Crotar to Bantu Posse to Big Bazy, you know what I'm saying, to Randy P to Stendor. I started all of that. That is where it started from. You know what I'm saying? And people should get that very, like people need to understand that. And then I would say like, I experience all plus generations after that. Whoever, call any name, I'll tell you. Nah, better top. Call any name. Any name, I'll tell you how to influence the person.
Exactly.
Right.
So we'll take a short break and then we'll come back.
Are you sure? I'm not really hot. I want to take break.
You'll continue this same energy. Don't worry. We'll come back. Now tell us, as person we don't work with all the Nigerian artists. They don't work with artists, they don't be only Nigerians. They don't work with like big African artists from different African countries. And of course, you already be, you know who you be for our industry. Wait till be that thing about this other men the way we will need for Lena.
Packaging.
Okay.
Packaging, lifestyle. I don't let you know. And I'll tell you this one will be like my observation, and most of the biggest African artists have told that about me. I don't spend a lot of things to where people don't know where I go talk about better when I say before any international big artists today know any Cameroonian artists, I don't play that video them so that I can tell you that already. I've already introduced them to these artists, and from a certain aspect till today, most artists still do until today. Yeah, every time anybody come around, I'm like, yo, now this person. They're not just like the DJs and the artists. Oh man, I talk with everybody. One thing everybody don't tell me over and over again is like, man, this thing is dope, man. This thing dope now. Packaging, man. Not just the packaging. You understand how I talk? We just need small extra packaging again, because we get talent and we over control on thought and nothing to say we're too serious and we over get sense for the country. Yeah, we're too serious and over get sense. It told me to good men there. Because person, you see person really want to sing and forget say you shoot on boss. You understand? I say, who want to listen to you where you sing with boss shoe? You understand what I'm saying? Or some people they just want only overwrite the highest poetry way over get sense for the world. Forget say this all your production at zero. You understand what I'm saying? I feel say me put aside the packaging, and I think also one thing I got to talk about all producers, like I'm begging producers, like you all are killing artists in Cameroon. Yeah man. See, in everywhere in the world, right, a producer gives an artist a hit. Artists don't kill themselves to write hits. You understand what I'm saying? That's why there's so many songs today in this country that even if you go and do on it, it's a hit, because the producer gave you a hit. You understand what I'm saying? People out here are struggling to rap and sing and everything, and they bust up with the production. How many Cameroonian songs do you hear just the beat before the song starts and you start vibing to it? Then now go and listen to all the songs that we complain that they always play of Nigerian songs. Before the music even starts, you're vibing with it. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that those two things, packaging and production, are two things that we really need to work on here. Apart from that, we're super good in every other thing.
Okay.
For me.
All right, makes sense. So tell we like Nabil, your image or your persona, that kind bad boy that you get tattooed there.
Me?
Nabil, I go tell you.
No, I'm
I go tell you say that fish smell fish. So you don't know.
No.
Yeah, so like I mean, we never seen Nabil that kind of tattoo them, dark shades, that kind of thing.
I didn't know say put a see my tattoo. You know say you are black like me, so you just do anything under your skin. You don't know say put a see. I really had no idea.
So they like, I mean, your public image, that kind bad boy image. Meanwhile, you be rapper, you be family man. So me, I know you more as family man, you know. So tell me, you say thank you.
Preach. Let's start talk over there.
So how you separate other personalities? Like, how you separate Nabil the artist, Nabil the public figure, Nabil the papa, Nabil the friend, Nabil the picking? How you separate others?
I don't know. I say everything are different, you know. Each and every one of them is totally different from another one. You understand? As in, when you do your thing, when you do them naturally, and you don't think about what you do, then everything easily falls into place. I put when I say so many people they're fake, you understand? I don't get a real lifestyle, I don't get a real life, they don't get a real direction or attitude or presence or personality. You understand what I'm saying? Now, you don't get that kind of thing, and you start to find personality then for each one. Like for me, man, when my daughter comes around, I don't even know how to tell you, it's an automatic switch. First of all, she doesn't care about what I am or what I do or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? It's an automatic switch. Even my bigger, I got an elder daughter, she's 15. You know what I'm saying? Like Davido was here, I'm like, oh, Davido to autograph or a photo. She's like, who? Davido. I was like, Davido. Like, nah. She doesn't even care. You know what I'm saying? So when I see that kind of person, I cannot even excite her. I cannot excite her. Not to know that I tell you, so I get my Davido and my friend, you don't care. Which I'll do. I'll just turn Papa one time now. You understand? Yeah. So basically everything is just natural like that. And plus, you know, like I've always been me. I've never really changed from who I was, you get me? And I got into life and entertainment like that. I have always been that guy that you, from high school party, then I'm me. If I know they are school party, you know the pop. You understand? I'm that man, I'm that kind of man. Yeah. Say program day, I know show face, the program will be program. Me and my brother, how can I put it? You understand? So I grew up inside that kind of lifestyle, the lifestyle, and then now just to adapt to every other thing. I love my kids, so being a father is just the best and the easiest thing that I ever do. For me, my best experience. That's what I also for. Yeah. Just being a father.
That's good. This way you talk so fine. So, like, you get any plans to settle anytime soon?
I'm very settled. I'm settled.
Settled how?
I'm sitting down here settled like this.
Settled woman, married, go church, married.
Church?
Sorry, okay. Tell you about, sorry, man, don't call church. Sometimes you go in a mosque. Or, who's that you used to go?
I don't know. I never go there yet.
Bahai Center?
Yes, Bahai Center, maybe.
The last time I go Bahai Center, I went
I go to the Bahai Center all the time.
That lie. The last time I was
don't forget, our house has always been a Bahai Center.
Yeah, house the Bahai Center.
Yeah, our house has always been a Bahai Center.
Why not mean this?
I've not gone to the Bahai Center in a while though.
Why
because like the Bahai Center I'm supposed to go to is in Tico, and for a long time I've not been to the Southwest. Okay. You understand? Okay. It's IDP problems, basically. But I'm going to start going to the Bahai Center and all that soon.
Okay, I don't hear you. So, yeah, as I've been talking, the settlement happened when the married woman, we're
talking about how we could, when we start going to the Bahai Center now. We'll not be so really talk about
it. We don't come over that side, we'll do for different place now. So they married now, when they talk about.
Oh man, I don't know.
You get plans. You even get plans. You don't have plans.
Women are not. I fear women.
Ha! You fear women.
I fear women. No, I fear women. Women, like my heart has been broken too many times to a level where I fear for. No, I'm serious. My heart. They don't broke my heart too many times to a level where as I'm sitting down here, I felt they had broken. I'm telling you. No matter I reach hospital, they broke my heart. Now I'm saying.
Fine boy now.
Yeah, I say my star don't jump. As I'm sitting down here as a devil, so I'm very heartbroken. So manga just come out for break my heart. That one, actually, yeah.
So where? What? How did Nabil?
I'm telling you. Can you imagine?
Fine get a day where they watch the show. So Nabil they available. When I show you fine get a day you pay.
Please, nice ones. Okay.
So okay. One of the last that one over me I say what's the highest way they vex you about the entertainment industry now?
Fake people.
Fake people.
Hypocrites.
Yeah.
Good men then. Wish people. I think that vex me.
Okay, that people the way they do it vex you.
Say one thing, do another.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Claim say, na me I be the when we and then go for back, go do another thing. You know what I'm saying? Say me all we unite, but the minute you get an opportunity to mess somebody up, you're gonna mess the person up. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Claim say you there with all man. You understand what I'm saying? But you wait for put that back, you do. Yeah. Especially me, I face. I know owner. I know owner. I know owner.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Glaze, for the 10 minutes for now.
Oh really?
Yes.
Eh, can I open it now? What's that camera idea? Shit, I never got a gift before. Why, is this for my birthday? My birthday pasta.
That's just for appreciate the fact that you come for
For one show, we give you in a cup. So now I keep them. Shit, when I step up the game, let me sell.
Thank you. So thank you, Glaze, for the 10 minutes for now.
No worries, and thank you for having me.
So thank you, Glaze, and see you the next time on the